Thank you for clicking that button. Welcome to Spill the Beans show. This is a show that gives you life skills and wisdom to make you street smart. Now today we have a very special guest with us who is Joan Aoko. She's going to tell us more about herself and what she does.
Okay, hello. Thank you so much for having me here today. My name is Joan Aoko and I'm a crochet designer. My brand is called by Aoko. I design handmade crochet swimwear, bridal wear, and just the general crochet outfits. I also own another business called Osona Yarns where I sell imported yarns.
Wow, that's just amazing. So, what inspired you to get into crochet?
Okay, I started crocheting at the age of 9 and I learned the art from my late mom. She used to crochet vitambas, but I didn't pick the art, like I didn't crochet at that time, like
just the idea.
just the idea and the basic skills. Then later on in 2015, that's when I picked the art again as a hobby. Then come 2016, I decided to commercialize it.
Wow, and how do you think the youth in Kenya generally are responding to your products?
Okay, so when I started off, many were skeptical about it. It seems like the idea of crochet outfit was quite new to them. So many were like, "Ay, ngoya uzi, how will it feel on the body and all that?" But let me tell you, right now, crochet is the in thing, and many youths are excited about it simply because they're unique outfits, they're handmade, it's not easy to come by crochet.
Okay. So from a simple yarn, how do you explain how you get many Kenyans relate to crochet through just as you said, cardigans, bosheries from their moms when they were growing up.
Yeah.
So how did you transform the idea of those kind of
Like
clothes
modern
for
crochet.
for cold seasons to like swimwear now?
Okay. So basically the art of crochet, everything is purely handmade and this is the hook that I use. So with the hook and the yarn, I'm able to transform this into an outfit. It's more like tailoring, just that now I am using my hand to shape the designs and to execute the designs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Okay, now with mitumba clothes, being wiped out,
Yeah.
what do you think, crochet is going to play the role of, filling that gap where there will be, a huge demand, from local manufacturers and Kenyan designers? Do you feel like crochet can actually fill that gap through large-scale production?
Uh, yes and no at the same time. No, simply because crochet it's purely handmade and it's so labor intensive, it's so time consuming. So producing in large scale can be a challenge simply because we don't have a machine that can replicate crochet wear. So unless maybe someone has hired like enough human labor, then yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Wow. And how is the availability of this yarn here in Kenya?
So for the yarns, we mainly have 3 companies that are producing the yarns in Kenya, and what they are making is purely acrylic yarn. So there's that gap in the market of high quality yarns. Simply because we only have acrylic yarn. So if you need like cotton yarn, polyester yarn, t-shirt yarn, you have to import them from other countries. Yeah.
Okay. And so after this, dark time of COVID-19, how do you feel like it affected your business in general?
Okay, for the Bayaoko, yeah, the pandemic affected me negatively simply because many people were not buying outfits.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a need.
Oh, yeah.
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 So, but on the other hand, then I figured out what could I do with this skill that would bring me income. So I thought, why not venture into YouTube? So I started teaching people how to crochet through YouTube.
Okay.
And yeah, I must admit that it earned me quite some good money through
Wow.
YouTube. Yeah.
That's
And at the same
impressive.
time
Yeah.
sharing the skills
Yeah.
for free for other people to learn.
That's
Yeah.
just great. So Joan, you have a degree and you got a good job that you quit, and to start your passion, you know. Can you say that education in Kenya is starting to be useless? Maybe?
In my opinion, education is not useless. Um, I believe many people right now are exploring education to gain knowledge, to advance your thinking capacity and all that, and also to open wide doors for you for different opportunities. So I don't think going to school is really a waste as such, though many a times many youth when they go to university or to college or wherever to seek for education, they have this mentality of I must get like a good or a white collar job from the education that they're pursuing. Yeah.
So on the same topic, you know, jobs can be quite unreliable, especially we saw that in COVID-19 when people lost their jobs, and you can also have other passions when you're employed. You can also need some extra cash. Now, would you advise the youths who are watching you now to start a hustle or a business despite being employed? Is it like a must, or do you feel like
Okay, personally, I think it's a must because in a situation where perhaps you've lost your job, do you have like a backup plan? Like, do you have something else that you can rely on? And even as a business person, I would advise someone to have like multiple sources of income. Don't just rely on one source of income. What if something happens and you lose your business, you lose your job? Do you have another thing that can sustain you or that you can rely on? Yeah.
So they should have a backup.
Yes, it's good to have a backup. Yeah.
So there's this question I've been wanting to ask so much. Every bride wants or opts to buy their wedding dress, you know, from a fancy boutique or just import, you know.
Yeah.
Now you chose to knit your own wedding dress using supposing white yarn.
Yeah.
So how was that like, or can you change anything about it if you went back? How was the process like?
I won't change anything about it. So you see, like I'm a crochet designer and I'm advocating for handmade and this art. So I thought, why not rock my brand? Yeah, and also I wanted something unique, something heartfelt, something that I have personally made on my wedding day. So that's why I decided to crochet my wedding gown. And also I wanted to show other brides out there that there's so much possibility in the world of crochet industry. So yeah, like you said before, when you mentioned the word crochet, people associate it with vitambas and just cardigans and all that. So I just wanted to show them that there's so much more that we can offer in the crochet industry. Wow. Yeah.
So Joan, how long did it take you to knit your own gown?
Okay, so it took me 2 months to crochet it. Like I said, it's quite labor intensive. It's not a walk in the park. Yeah, so yeah, really time
Did it like interfere, because you had other wedding preparations, you know, to do, like, did it like interfere with your preparations?
Not really. So I had to plan myself in advance. Let's say for the crochet gown, I actually had to import the materials used making it. So I got my yarns from Turkey, and the process took like about 1 month. So yeah, I really had to plan in advance.
It's quite a special dress.
Yeah.
So have you gotten the chance to do that for someone?
Yes, I have. Actually, I have made the crochet gown for like 2 brides. My recent bride wedded last year,
Wow.
December. We're already in 2021.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Last
So
year.
yeah, actually she saw my gown and she wanted me to make exact gown for her. Just with a little bit of alteration here and there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, what's the maximum time it takes, to make like a crochet top or the kind of vest top you're wearing?
Okay. For a top, it will take me a day or maybe 5 hours to a day, 24 hours. And maybe for a bikini, it will take maybe a day to 3 days, depending on the technicality of the design. And for this particular vest top that I have on, it took me like 4 days, and actually I made a tutorial out of it, so you guys can check it on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, like, do you use yarns that are imported even for the small products?
Yes, I do, because of the quality. So what I believe in, it doesn't make sense you spending like maybe 48 hours to craft an outfit, and then you use a low quality yarn that's going to compromise your work. So majority of my work, I use imported yarn so that I can achieve that high quality. So when I sell it to a client, it's something that they can actually appreciate and match their value of money.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you make these products on order, or do you have them stored and they just buy them?
Yeah, most of the time they are custom made, so I make them on order. So what I do is I come up with a design, then I do a photo shoot of it and then post it online. So when someone orders, I'll be able to customize it according to their size, according to their color of choice. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, have you maybe in your line of work had the opportunity to work with a celebrity, perhaps?
Yes, I have. I once made a bikini for Huda Monroe.
Wow.
Yeah, I have made some tops for February. Yeah, and yeah, I'm hoping to work with more celebrities. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just great. So, John, we realized you're on YouTube. How do you think YouTube has affected your business? How has it improved your selling of yarns and your outfits?
Okay. So YouTube has been quite helpful to my business. I offer free crochet tutorials on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is called Joan Aoko, just my real name. So if you search Joan Aoko, you'll be able to find me. So it has actually affected my business positively. So I remember when I launched my yarn brand, Aoko, and majority of people who watch my tutorials are from the US and different countries all over the continent. So I was actually able to sell my yarns to them.
Wow.
Yeah, actually I would say majority of people who have bought my yarns are from the US.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, so it was quite a boost.
Yes, it was. It was.
So would you advise young people who are in business to also, try marketing strategies like YouTube,
Exactly. What I believe is, as long as you have a phone that can access internet, you have like you are at an advantage of making money. Let me say that. And YouTube is one of the avenues of making money. So let's say you are good at something and you can actually show people how to do it on YouTube. Yeah, you can be able to make something out of it. But some people tend to be maybe selfish. Maybe you have a certain knowledge and you want to own it, not knowing that perhaps sharing it with other people can maybe elevate you to another level. Yeah.
So I'm assuming from 2015 to now,
Uh-huh.
where it has not been a smooth sail. I assume there have been some challenges, in your business. What kind of challenges have you faced since then till now?
Sometimes I feel like giving up. Yeah, I feel like giving up. Business is not easy. Yeah, it is not easy. So, but it's the passion that keeps me going, even if sometimes in the course of the month I don't make enough money to sustain me. It's the passion that keeps me going. And also there's a challenge of some clients not appreciating your work. Not many people appreciate handmade products, and also maybe some would love to buy them at a cheaper price, which might delay the progress of your business. Yeah.
Wow. So, okay, in terms of challenges, depression has been one of those, major topics that has been bringing down, the youth. Is it true that crochet saved you, from depression?
Yes, it's true. I remember I first experienced depression, anxiety, and panic attacks. That was in 2019 December, barely a month, 2 months after my wedding. Yeah, so I didn't know what to do. Actually, it was my first time encountering mental illness, and I relied on art to help me overcome the depression. Actually, art can be a very good tool. Art as a therapy can actually help someone to overcome mental illness, and it really played a great role, yeah, in my recovery process.
That's great.
Yes.
Now, would you advise you on the same topic, to talk to someone? Does it even work? People talk about, strategic means of combating depression in theoretic form,
Yeah.
Now, being that you passed through it, can you tell us what are some of the actual things that can help someone, a friend or just someone who you will never know they're going through depression? How do you know, and how can you actually come through out of this depression?
Number one, what I have actually realized is many people are shying off to talk about mental illness. I don't know why we treat it as a taboo, and it's like any other illness, like maybe a physical illness that someone can experience. So I would advise people to seek for help. Do not shy away. If you are experiencing mental illness, do not shy away from seeking for help. But at the same time, talk to the right people, because some people are still stigmatizing people because of the mental illness. And also, it's good to seek for medical help. Yeah, as for me, I did. Yeah.
From a counselor?
Yeah, from a counselor. Yeah, from a therapist, and also a psychiatrist who prescribed for me some drugs to take. And I was on drugs for like 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
And it did eventually for you work out?
Yes, it helped, but you have to put in the work.
Okay.
You just can't rely on the drugs and expect to be okay. You have to put on the good fight, like fight for your life and everything, and then also surround yourself with positive energy. Yeah.
So about that, how do people in the environment, influence your recovery when you're in depression? Like your family, your friends, what kind of people are supposed to be around you?
Yeah, actually, I thank God for my husband. I always say, if it were not for him, I don't know where I could have been, because he was quite helpful to me, encouraging me, taking me to the doctor for my appointments and everything. And also, I had to do like drastic changes in my life. I had to make tough decisions. I had also to cut off some of my family members so that I can recover. So, like I said, I had to put on a good fight for myself. I had to be selfish for once and cut off all those negative energy. Because the truth is, if you are surrounded with the toxic people, or people who are not helping you in your recovery process, it's going to take you a really long time to recover. Yeah.
So what's your future plan, for by Aoko and Osonayan?
Okay, so for Osanayans, I'm planning to set up a craft store, probably early this year. So I hope everything is going to materialize. So I'm still in the process of importing the yarns in bulk and everything. And as for Bayaoko, I'm really praying and I'm working hard towards making it a luxurious brand. Yeah, so, and I'll be majorly focusing on making crochet a bridal wear. So yeah, that's my goal.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay. So, I have a few friends who I've seen trying out, making this crochet art. And now to learn more, about this video cannot be enough, to learn more about Bayaoko, Osonoyans, and even maybe how to crochet.
Yeah.
So where can people find you on the social media?
So for the Bayaoko brand, you can find me on Instagram by the name Bayaoko as one word. So by BY, then Aoko, my middle name, and then the same name Bayaoko, you can find me on Facebook. And for the Osonayans, you can find me on both Instagram and Facebook, Osonayans. OSONA Yans. And then perhaps maybe you can link up my phone number below. Maybe whoever is interested can contact me directly.
Sure, definitely.
So, Joanne, welcome to the fun part. 17 questions. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
So, who is your favorite person you enjoy talking about?
My husband. Did I tell you guys I'm married?
Wow, that's true. Can you please describe him in 3 words?
God-fearing, loyal, so loving.
Wow.
Good. Texting or chatting?
None.
In your own words, how would you describe beauty?
Being confident and having good morals.
Wow. So, who would you bring back if it were to happen?
My mom.
Why?
My late mom.
Why?
Because I miss her motherly love.
Wow. Which place would you love to visit or ever dreaming to visit?
Bali in Indonesia.
Why?
Because of the nature, it's so beautiful, and I think they have a unique culture.
Well, can you describe yourself using a hashtag?
Introvert.
Wow. What's your waking up ritual?
Pray, respond to messages on my phone, and crochet a little bit. Then I do house chores.
Wow. So, what inspires you in life?
Becoming a better version of myself.
If you were to learn one international language, which language would you choose to?
French, though I learned it in university, but I still think I need to learn more French.
Do you know any word in French?
Yeah.
Please say it.
Bonjour. Ça va comment? Ça va bien.
Wow.
I hope I got the pronunciation right.
Wow. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your crocheting skill?
8.
Why not 10?
Because you can never know everything.
Oh, wow. When do you feel most complete and absolute at peace?
When I'm at peace.
What? Nature walk or sun beaches?
Sun beaches anytime.
Name a celebrity you love to meet one-on-one.
None in particular, but I love all celebs.
Wow. So if you were to spend time with a resurrected being or a hero, who would she or he be? And what would you tell him or her?
I don't believe in resurrected beings.
But if you were to meet one, if you had powers to meet one,
Maybe my mom.
what would you tell her?
Oh, nothing.
That's the end of our 17 questions with celebrity. Thank you for accepting us to host you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.